8 days, 8 themes, and today we are on day 4 of the Remembrance journey. Today's theme is titled The Innocence, not the innocence, but Innocence and the Lost and Found. And this is a shout out to the past version of me that went through this very toxic, very unhealthy, narcissistic relationship. My first recognized narcissistic relationship. In hindsight, I realized I'd already been in one, but this one kind of catapulted me into the realization of what a narcissistic relationship is and like what that's like and what the cycle is like. And so in that relationship, the other day I was thinking, I feel like before that relationship, I remember I was walking to the college I went to, and this was in college that I was in this relationship. But I remember in my mind's eye when I would be walking to class, when I would be walking to college, and I would be having my music on and I would just be jamming and I would be so joyous and light and free. And, there would be homeless people on the sides and like I'd greet them and like I'd be so chill and normal and like just my lighthearted, like genuine, bright spirited self. And then as I was thinking about that, I thought about how me and this, I guess I would say me and this ex went to this Goodwill that is on that route, and how that ex impacted my life, and how, ultimately that relationship really caused me strife and pain. And it just made me think, like, damn, like, I feel like in that relationship, I lost my innocence. Like, I feel like I felt like I lost this innocent, sweet part of myself, the part of myself that was joyous and bright and, in a sense naive and in a sense innocent, and the part of me that didn't really know what I knew after and didn't experience what I experienced after that relationship, during that relationship. And, I didn't even realize it was a narcissistic relationship until years after. And during it, I was very confused because, if you're aware of narcissistic relationships, it kind of starts out with the love bombing and peaceful and love and joyous and cool and you're admired and you're adored. But then it quickly turns into, discarding you, devaluing you, tearing you down. You're never enough. You get slivers, you get breadcrumbs. Nobody's paying attention to you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody likes you, but specifically coming from this person, right? But I guess in that, it can create those sort of beliefs. And so for me, I feel like looking back in hindsight, I'm like, dang, I feel like that relationship took a part of my innocence away from me, a part of my joy, a part of the light-hearted, light-spirited person I was. Um, I feel like I also feel like in a certain way or certain ways I was attacked from that relationship. Like my innocence was attacked. The bright, happy parts of me, because I feel like, she was jealous of those parts of me. She didn't like those parts of me. She only wanted them when they benefited her. She was jealous of the attention I got, the friends I had, like, and so in hindsight, it's like she did try to steal that from me. She did try to make sure I never really saw it again, and that I forgot it forever, and that, I never found it again, and that I was stuck in a rut for the rest of my life, and that, I was hidden and nobody would ever see me again because I would hide away because I feel so, I want to say decrepit, but I feel so stuck in like I have to hide because of the shame and the projections and the way she made me feel, that I don't shine, I don't continue to shine, I don't find my people, I don't grow, I don't become better than her, I don't continue to have this sort of natural attention and natural light that I have to me, and so even after the fact, like I realized, like, oh, like there was a plot in that. There was a scheme in that. There was intention behind that. It's like at a point you can excuse people. You can say, well, she didn't know. Maybe she didn't think about it. Da, 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 da. But once you do your research and you realize, like I realized, and once you really think about it, it's like, oh no, like this person like had it out for me. in a sense. Like, this person was trying to steal my light from me. This person was trying to steal my energetic life force, my healing energy. This person did not want to see me, you know, be great, honestly. And that's sad, but it's the truth. And so, you know, I feel like that relationship changed me forever. I remember when it ended, and I was so in my head, and I was just like, what did I do? Like, why wasn't I enough? Like, why did she just switch up like that? Like, I could never understand it. Like, guys, for a long time, it took me so long. Like, and then one day, this guy was on TikTok talking about relationships, and I was like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. And I kept listening, and then he was like, type in your email at this link, and then I'll send you this so you can figure out this relationship thing or whatever. And I typed in my email, whatever. Mind you, when I'm seeing when this happens, I saw 444. So I'm like, okay, something's happening. So I pull up the information from the link, the email he was sending out, and the information literally confirms the entire relationship that I experienced. So I'm like, oh my God, I've been waiting to get clarity on this. I've been waiting to finally feel like I'm not crazy, like I'm not making this up, like I'm not lying. Because narcissists, they gaslight you, they manipulate you, they don't tell you the truth, they withhold, like they do all of these very like crazy making things. And so when I realized that, I was like, oh my God. And I cried because, then you realize like future faking is a thing. Then you realize sabotaging other relationships is a thing. Then you realize, tearing you down, that's purposeful. Then you realize they don't have any light. They need supply. They need energy. Then you realize like there's so many things that you realize, and it really all just kind of hit me. And this was a couple of years ago, and I feel like I'm still just now like healing and accepting and like letting go of that relationship. And it's never really about time, it's really just about like, oopsie, like where you are, and how long you take and what you allow yourself access to feel. And it also happens in layers. So it's not really a linear experience. So time is not something that really matters. But, I'm realizing and I see that like hindsight, did she take my innocence? Is that even possible for her to take it from me? And in this present moment, I think and I say, you know what? She enabled me to forget my innocence, I will say. She enabled me to forget who I am, my energy, my light, the natural attention that I get, the natural love that people want to give to me, the natural love that I give, and how good it feels to people. Like, she enabled me to forget, but she was never right. She was never in control of my innocence, of my energy, of my light, of God's child. Like, she was never in control of that. She never had any governance over that, though she made me feel and think and believe she did for so long. And it had me in my head for so long. And if people can control your mind, they can control you. If people make you feel like crap about your body and how you look, you're going to hide your body and how you look, right? And so it's things like that where it's just like, had I not been guided toward the answers and the research, had I not been healing, had I not been catapulted into my healing, like I would have thought my innocence was gone forever, and I would have maybe never retrieved it. But it's through my healing and even this present moment today where I'm able to say, because it's been like, I think 4 to 5 years since this relationship. And so it's like this present day, I'm able to say, you know what? She actually didn't take my innocence. She can't take what is mine, but she did make me forget. She did cause this forgetfulness in me, this fogginess. And that's what narcissistic abusive cycles do. They cause this certain fogginess in you. And so she caused this fogginess in me and this restriction in me and this judgment in me of myself. And the truth is that, I need to forgive myself for ever believing the lies that she perpetuated, right? Because the feelings she perpetuated in me were already there. the idea she perpetuated in me, like my innocence can be taken, was already there. And so I wasn't anchored. And so now I feel like I'm more anchored, and I'm realizing what it means to be anchored. And I'm realizing that she could never take my innocence away. She could only make me forget it. And the fact that I was able to even forget it in the first place means that I was able to believe and internalize the lies that people perpetuated, her included. But she highlighted, and it's like, no, actually, those lies were never real. They were never true. But I lacked the information, the knowledge, the awareness to let go of them, to not cling to them, to be my own person and recognize what is mine, and what people don't have access to, even if they like to make me think they do. And so she could never take away my innocence. She could only make me forget. And I know I keep saying that, but it's true, and repetition is key. So, innocence in the lost and found is my innocence. I thought it was lost, and I didn't know if I was going to find it again. But I have found it again, and I'm remembering that innocence and that it is and has been always within me. And she could never take it. She could never have it. She could never distort it in the ways that she wanted to, because she's not in control of that. I am. God is. And that's what God is doing. Not only help me to remember my innocence and retrieve it from the lost and found, but to then anchor it and let it make me shine brighter. Let it make me go higher. Let it make me expand more into who I really am, with the power and the reclamation that says, yeah, this is my innocence. Nobody can ever take my innocence, and future situations, and changed perspective for past situations, right? And so it really feels like a blessing to be able to sit here today and say that, because I know that not everyone makes it out of these type of relationships. Not everyone knows what to do, and not everyone knows or understands where to go, or how to even, change their mind and their beliefs like this, because it is such a mind game. But I am grateful that I have the opportunity to even be able to say I can reclaim, or that I've reclaimed my innocence. Because the truth is, it has been here since she left. It's never been gone. But if I think it's gone, or if I think I don't have it anymore, if I think she stole it from me, if I think she has a capability or capacity to do that, that's exactly what I'm going to feed. That's exactly how my reality is going to be. That's exactly how I'm going to feel. But today on Remembrance Journey, day 4, we say no more. And I let go of that narrative.